Hi everyone, welcome back to another tutorial, and in today's tutorial I am going to show you how to make this really pretty bracelet. I don't even know what to call it yet, so I'm going to think on that one, but it is super cute. This is just my sample. So for this I used Rulla Beads, and these are in a bronze color with like a gold luster. They're really pretty. You will need some 11/0 seed beads, and again I'm using another little, keeping with the browns here, and that's 11/0. You will need some O beads, and I'm using them in really pretty turquoisey color with an AB finish on them, so those are really pretty turquoise, and some 3mm Swarovski crystals, and I did use quite a few in this sample, so I've got lots of extra 3mm if I need them, and I'm just using clear AB 3mm. Alright, and I'm just going to actually move these around because they're in, I want my 11/0s over here and my Rulla Beads beside my O beads, because that's the order I'll be using them in. Oops, there we go. And let's push this out of the way. So we've got 3mm, Rulla Beads, and O beads. I'm also going to use a different kind of a closure. It's just a clasp, and it has a ring that you hook it onto. So I'm going to be using this, really pretty. 2 wire protectors and a size 10 beading needle, and I'm using 8-pound fireline for this project. So let's get started and cut a nice chunk of fireline. I don't know how much you're going to need, so don't ask, because I don't know. I'm just cutting off a chunk and hope for the best, but it's enough. If not, then we'll have to add thread. Just cut off whatever you're comfortable with using. I like to flatten my end with needle nose pliers, chain nose pliers, whatever it is you have. And I'm just going to thread my needle. It's kind of a funky finish I did with the scissors on this. I'm just going to have to redo it. Cut off a piece. Nice straight edge. Perfect. I promise you my hands are clean. My nails are clean. I've been working in my garden a lot and I can't get them any cleaner. So that's as clean as they're coming. Alright, so I'm only going to pull over about that much tail, and that's it. Alright. Now we're going to do some more right angle weave. Hopefully you're not bored with it. But let me get this out of the way. I don't need that right now. So you're going to pick up a Rulla bead, and you're going to make sure the hole is open. In case it's not, you're going to pick up an O bead, a Rulla bead, an O bead, a Rulla bead, an O bead, a Rulla bead, and an O bead. So you're going to pick up 4 of each just to get started. And I should bring my camera up a wee bit more so you guys can see a bit more of what I'm doing. Okay, so 4 rullas and 4 O beads. Bring those down to your end here and leave a little tail, and we're going to go right back through from the tail upward and go through all these beads like so, and just make a circle like this. Okay. Now I'm going to tie a wee knot. Wasted a lot of fireline there. I probably should, yeah. That was a lot of fireline because I'm just going to be snipping off that tail anyway, so don't waste a whole chunk of fireline. You don't need to. Okay, cut it, tie it into a overhand knot, 2 of them. And because I left that thread so short, I'm just going to pull it with my pliers. Make sure it's good and tight. Okay. And I believe it is, because now it's not even moving in here. Well, maybe didn't want it that tight, but okay. That's pretty tight. But anyway, it's better to be tight than loose. Now I'm going to go through the O bead and into the next Rulla bead to go past my tail here. And we just ended up pulling it inside there anyway. So, well, I sent this for a misfortunately shaped. Or misshaped this, I mean, the heck kind of language was that? Alright, I'm going to try and loosen this up a wee bit. Because I did make it way too tight. There we go. Alright, now you should have this. So you're exiting out of your Rulla bead. And now you're just going to take your needle and go into the top hole of a Rulla bead. Whatever one you're exiting. Okay. Now you're going to pick up an O bead, a Rulla bead, an O bead, Rulla bead, O bead, Rulla bead, and an O bead. So you have 4 O beads and 3 rullas. You're going to make a circle and just go right through. Wait a minute. Yes, that's right. Make a circle, keep making it. And then you can go through this entire ring again if you want. You don't have to, but it just helps to tighten it up a bit. So your circle's not, your ring's not pulling out on you. But it's entirely up to you if you want to go through it again. Okay, now you need to be exiting out of this one. And then we're just going to repeat this process until we get to the length that we need. Bearing in mind, we're going to have a few extra beads on the end here when we add our closure. This is so pretty. So, I would say a good inch to an inch and a half. More on the inch and a half side. So that's all you're going to do is you're going to pick up an O bead, a Rulla bead, an O bead, Rulla bead, O bead, Rulla bead, and an O bead. So 3 rullas and 4 O beads, and just make a circle and join it. Now, like I said, if you wanted to go through these again, you know, a little extra support in your bracelet does not hurt, but you don't have to. If you're using 8-pound, you probably don't really have to. But I like to reinforce. It does waste a lot of thread. Okay, so I'm going to go keep doing this till I get about 6.5 inches. Because I'm going to leave 1.5 inches for adding my toggle or clasp, closure, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so I'm going to go off camera and finish this. That's what it should look like. That's the start of your really cute bracelet in here. I really, really like these colors. It's really, really pretty. Okay, so go do that. Come back when you get to the length you leave off 1.5 inches for your closure. And I'll be back. Okay, so we are at the end of our bracelet here. And mine measures, let me just check. Mine measures just a tiny bit over 6.5 inches. So I got to make the rest up to make an 8 in the closure. So you should be exiting out of your top Rulla bead here. Okay. And how many did I put in there? 2. Okay. So you're going to exit into the top hole of that Rulla bead. Like that. Now you're going to pick up 2 11-ohs, 1 O bead, and 2 11-ohs. Like this. Okay, and you're just going to go across. This is your bracelet. You're going to go into this side Rulla, into the top hole of the side Rulla. And you're just going to make a little corner on your one end. So that's going to be the corner of your bracelet, just like this is your corner. So it kind of has corners here. And, sorry, I was thirsty, I needed a drink. Now, coming out of this Rulla bead, right here, you're going to pick up, I'm going to put some 11-ohs over here. Okay, you're going to pick up 1 11-oh, and you're going to drop down into the O bead, right below the Rulla bead. So you're going to put in like that. Then you're going to pick up a 3mm crystal, and you're going to go into the next O bead, like this, and place that in between. Now you're going to pick up an 11-oh, and you're going to go up into the Rulla bead, into the top hole of the next Rulla bead. So you're just filling in like this. Okay, so all you're going to do is this on the entire length of the bracelet. 11-oh, into an O bead, that's right beside it. Then pick up your 3mm, go into the next O bead, like so. Pick up an 11-oh, into the top Rulla, and you're just going to continue this all the way down the whole length of the bracelet. And when we get to the corners, I'm going to come back and show you how to do the corners. And when we get over here, we'll show you how to put your first piece of your closure on. Okay, so go do that, and I'm going to come right back. Okay, so once you've gotten to the actual end of your one side, adding in your pieces, you're going to get to the corner now and do the same thing by picking up 2 11-ohs. Oh, that doesn't want to poke. An O bead and 2 11-ohs. And you're going to go right across into your top of your Rulla bead, just like that. Okay. Now pick up 2 more 11-ohs, an O bead, and 2 more 11-ohs, and you're going to go into the next Rulla bead like that. So now the corners are done on your one end. And then you're just going to continue on down this next side by doing 1 11-oh, 1 crystal, and that tail, 1 crystal and 1 11-0. And you're going to go up into the Rulla bead. Like that. So this is what it should look like. Okay, so I'm going to go finish this side, and when I come back, when I get to this corner, we'll fill in this corner, and then I'll show you how to put the top one end of your closure on. Alright, so I'm at the corner here, and now you're going to pick up your last 2 11-0s, your 8-0 and or your O bead, and your last 2 11-0s. And then you're just going to go right through those first 2 that you've put on in your corner, like this. Okay? So your bracelet should look like this. I think it looks pretty good. I love it. Now, this is where we're going to determine the length of our bracelet. And this one has a jump ring on it, and I won't be using a jump ring. But I will be using my wire guardian there. Alright, now, so first off, you're going to pick up an O bead, 3 11-0s. Let's see, what can we pick up? A crystal. And I think that might be, and maybe a Rulla bead. Yeah, that'll work. Because I want it to be long enough that it's going to go around my wrist. So I've got to make 1.5 inches. Okay, so now we're going to pick up our, let's see. Not going to be long enough. Well, I'm going to pick up an 11-0. And here we're going to put it through our wire protector and our closure. Like that. And then down through the other side of the closure. And make sure you catch it in the groove. A little valley or whatever. Nope, it's not in there. Still not in there. And it's giving me a hard time. And it's in there. Alright, now you're going to pick up an 11-0. Or sorry, no, pick up an 11-0. Idiot I am. Oh, wait a minute, you do have to pick an 11-0 up. And go down the other side of your Rulla bead. Making sure it stays in the groove. I am. And a crystal. 3 11-0s. And an O bead. And now you're just going to go right through all these beads. So I came out this side. I'm going in these 2. And I'm just going to go right around in a circle. And there's our closure. So I wanted 1.5 inches, and I think I'm getting more than 1.5 inches. Let's see. An 1.25 inches. Might be too big. Oh well. Anyway, we'll deal with that when the time comes. So now I'm going to go right through all these beads again and reinforce my work. Through these. Down through the ruler, the crystals. 11 and B. And that did not snag, see? That's why you need to be very careful and watch. Okay, and then through these beads again. Give it a good tight pull. Like that. So, we could go through it a 3rd time, which I think I'm going to do. You don't have to, but 2-3 times is perfect. And down through the other side. And I am trying to get all of the beads in one pass because it's getting very tight in there, and I managed to do it like that, catching it in the groove, and it is. All right, now let's go across. I'm just trying to get across here into this second bead, and now we're going to go down the side of our bracelet. So going in to this 11-0, it's really getting tight. There we go. All right. So there's one part of our toggle done. Now you're going to get into the 11-0 in the corner there, these first two, the Rulla bead, and get into the 11-0 that's between your O beads there. Okay, right there. Then you're going to pick up 11-0, crystal, and 11-0, and you're going to go across. I'm exiting out of this 11-0 here, and I want to go into the next one just past the O beads. So I'm going to go into the Rulla and into the next 11-0, and I'm going to just do this all the way down. Pick up an 11-0, a crystal, an 11-0, go across into the 11-0, the Rulla bead, and the 11-0. And sometimes it's hard to get into this 11-0 because it's sitting sideways. And you're going to place your crystals along the side like that. Okay, 11-0, crystal, 11-0. Get into the 11-0, the Rulla bead. And like I said, they're sitting sideways, so it's kind of hard to get that in there. Oopsies, what happened here? There we go. Okay, so that's what you're going to do for the whole length of your bracelet, is adding them between these 11-0s in here. Okay, and when you get this side done, I'll come back and show it to you next. Okay, so we've gotten at the end now, and I'm at where I'm going to go through here,
I already remember that.
and we're going to add the other part of our closure. So let's add one O bead, or whatever it is you're adding to get length. I might have made this a wee bit too long in here, but let's see.
Why not?
Let me see the length this is going to be, because I'm worried. It's already at 8 inches. So, yeah, that's too big. So I'm going to remove
Okay, Nico, come down to me, Grandma.
I'm only going to add one O bead, one 11-0,
Grandma, look at me
and
too.
one crystal.
Grandma! Grandma!
1 sec.
Hey, lottery ticket last week.
Okay, so, no.
This whole one
I've added an
is
O bead, 11-0, a crystal, and I don't know if I even want to put, I'm not going to put it in there because this is how I need to
Okay,
adjust.
now it's untapped.
My ends are not going to be the same, but I can't, I'm just going to add 11-0. And then I'm going to add my piece,
Who's that?
my other end of my closure. So I'm going to go through my wire guardian,
Grandma is coming
through
down.
here, One sec. I've got a lot of interruptions. Okay, I'm sorry, I got a lot of interruptions here. Okay, so the bird was getting up on my grandson, so he was panicky. Because he doesn't like the bird. Alright, so trying to get this in here. My bracelet's not going to look the same at each end, but that doesn't really bother me, only because nobody's really going to see this part much. Anyway, you see the top of your bracelet, not normally the bottoms. So, I'm going to pick up an 11-0 now, a crystal, one 11-0, and an O bead, and I'm going to go right through all these beads, and I'm going to reinforce. So my closure end will be much smaller than the other end because has no Rulla bead in there. So just go through all your beads again. I've never used this kind of closure before, so I thought I would try it. And go through this one. Seth, don't tease him because he's going to jump on you. And one more. One more time. For added security. That. Down the other side. And those and the O bead. Alright, I should.
Okay, now it's really coming down.
Me cool?
Just went up his wing because he like, no.
Okay. Now.
Grandma is coming down again. Still. Funny. Yeah, just that.
Alright. And okay, so now we're back on the other side, and now we're just going to work our way down here, adding our crystals. Let me just have a look-see to see how big. Oh, it's not too bad. It's not too big. I haven't done it up yet. Okay, let me get my other one off, and then I'll try this one on. Maybe. Oopsies.
I can grab it for you, Grandma.
Okay, honey. Okay, thanks, honey. I don't like how crooked that is, so I'm going to try and straighten that with my pliers without damaging it, because it's bent. Ugh, I need 2 pairs. Okay, I'm having a hard time doing it up. Oh, I hate trying to do up my own bracelets. Toggles are way easier than anything, so. Alright, so it is too big. Way too big. Because now it's going to sit way down here. That's alright. I'm okay with that. So, let me just take it off. Shoot. See, this is what you call trial and error. Anyway, I don't wear much jewelry, so I probably will never wear it anyways. I'll probably just take it apart.
Grandma, he comes down again.
No, he's playing with his toys, honey.
I thought you were enjoying it.
Alright, so now we're just going to work our way down the other side, picking up 11-0, crystal, and 11-0. Exiting out of that 11-0, past your ruler, and going into the next 11-0.
He's coming down now.
Like this.
He was coming down, but then he went back up.
And you're going to go like... Alright, where did you come from? Right there. Alright, and then you're just going to sit these on the outside like that. Okay? Exiting at 11-0. Picking up 11-0 and a crystal and 11-0. Go across into the next one. And now you're just going to finish your whole bracelet. Adding these last group of crystals in like that. Okay, so I'm going to go finish this off camera. There's a lot of noise here today because I have to watch my grandson. And he's scared of the bird. And the bird just wants to step up on him. Alright, so I'll be back after I get my side done and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay guys, this is our done bracelet. And I don't know, by the time I post it, maybe I'll have a name for it. But it is really, really pretty. I really, really like this. So, I hope you guys enjoy making this and have fun doing it. Use different colors. Try it with different beads maybe. See what you come up with. And I'm going to make this a wrap. And I'm going to see you guys all soon on the next video. Peace and peace. Have a great day, everyone, and a good week. Bye.